Hey, startup founders, aspiring entrepreneurs, and general business junkies. I am back here. This is Ian Scott Cohen with the Founder Underground, back with part 2 of our Reframing Your Fears exercise. Fear is such an important component of an entrepreneur's journey, and being able to reframe fear as something that keeps you from doing something into instead reframing it into something that is a signal, sort of a guidepost to tell you, to call your attention to something, to make you think about something that might need more preparation and more work. So we've created this exercise. Part 1 of the video had me walk through the actual type form where I tell you a little bit about the different questions. Now I'm at the completion screen, so I've submitted my type form. It says, congrats, complete the exercise. Again, congrats if you made it this far, stacking another win for yourself. Check your inbox for the automated response email. So what we do is we take your responses, we put them into a completed ChatGPT prompt that you're then going to copy and paste into ChatGPT, which is what I'm going to do in this video. But first, you got to find the email itself. So you want to check your inbox. A lot of times, these go to spam, promotional, or social folders first. So you're going to look out for this email address. You can actually just copy and paste it and search your inbox that way. I'm going to go and find it. I actually found mine in my spam or promotional folder. And so here are my responses. You can see I've got my initial instructions. Thank you for completing the fear reframing exercise. Below is the personalized response. We're going to copy and paste everything between the dashes. So I'm going to find my dash. I'm going to grab everything, and you can see it's got all my responses already put in there, and as well as instructions that we give ChatGPT. I'm going to copy, Control-C or right-click, and then I'm going to go over to my ChatGPT conversation. Now, this is actually already a chat open that I'm working on my other exercise around value proposition. I'm going to actually use the same chat just because I think it's good to show the fact that, I'm working with Model 4.0, and anytime you're working with the same model, it actually remembers context across all your conversations anyways. And so I'm just going to paste this in, Control-V. You can see it's got everything in here. Don't worry about the formatting. And I'm just going to hit the arrow or press enter. And now it's going to read through that. And it's going to start by giving me the fear reframed. And then it's going to give me some suggestions for growth, some action steps, reflection questions, all kinds of stuff to help me really keep moving forward and using my fear as a signal instead of an obstacle. So let's look at what it says. So my fear is really about being overwhelmed with the amount of things I need to do right now. So it tells me all about my fears. Your fear is a sign that you care deeply about the success of your program and the value it provides. It's an opportunity. So my feeling of overwhelm, it's reframing as an opportunity to actually refine my systems and sharpen my marketing strategy and really balance my priorities. So when you get overwhelmed, what ChatGPT is saying is that instead of seeing it as overwhelmed, see it as a signal that you need to start building and working on better processes. That's what it's suggesting for me. Here are some suggestions for growth. So I talked a lot about wanting to keep my marketing funnel consistent and up to date. So it gives me some suggestions for that. Break down the funnel into different parts and then just focus on the simplest version of these things. Leverage my existing network. So instead of trying to do a broad campaign across a bunch of channels, it advised me to focus on personal outreach and also repurpose efforts for long-term value. So I have to continue to reframe this as, all right, as I'm creating a lot of this stuff, it's got long-term value because I can use it again and again. I can put it up on different platforms. So those are really great suggestions, helping me reframe the fear and that feeling of overwhelm into something more actionable. It also gives me some reflection questions. So what's a small practical marketing step I could take today that would make me feel like I'm making progress? How can I redefine success? What lessons from this experience can I document and apply to future launches? And then it has suggested next steps. So set up a 30-minute marketing routine, ask for help, simplify and focus. And ultimately it tells me, remember, this is about progress, not perfection. Each small action you take builds momentum and lessons for the future. So that's great. That's all just from me copying and pasting my response into ChatGPT and hitting enter. And now I can keep going further. So I can say something like, this is great. Thank you. Can you help me figure out the immediate next steps that I can work on today? And this is just to show you, I'm not going to walk through everything it says, but it's just to show you that you want to keep going with ChatGPT and really focus on practical things. It can help you do a lot. So it says for next steps today, I could define my core message in a single one-sentence pitch. I can create a personal outreach email template that I can use over and over again. Identify my top 5 contacts, plan a social media post. So it gives me a bunch of stuff. And then it also actually, nicely enough, gives me tips. So that's what it produces for me. For yours, it's going to produce something completely different that is related and specific to the fear that you're reframing. But ultimately, it's a great exercise to help you start taking your fears and the feelings they evoke and reframing them into guideposts or signals that tell you where you should put more attention and give you some action steps. ChatGPT is an amazing resource, or other Gen AI platforms. And so highly recommend completing this exercise. This was part 2 of the Reframing Your Fears exercise. Hopefully you find value in this, and we will see you the next time.